right, it's Monday evening, and it's time for weather for Weather Geeks here on the 21st day of April 2025. I am Eric, and of course I am the Chief Weather Geek and Chief Meteorologist here at 21 News, the NBC affiliate in Youngstown, Ohio. If you're new to these videos, I focus a lot on eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania, but we branch out and take a look at the country as a whole fairly frequently. We also, kind of talk about other things other than just weather. Sometimes we talk about astronomy and geology and other types of sciences as well. I wanted to focus this evening's video, at least at the start, on what happened or what didn't happen today. This is the map we like to see. No storm reports, no reports of wind damage, large hail, and we didn't have any tornadic activity across the region today. It was an interesting setup today, and I'll talk about that more in just a second, but the potential was there for a few rowdy thunderstorms today, and we had some downpours and some gusts of wind for sure. But everything kind of behaved itself pretty much, and as of about 7:08 p.m., we just still have a couple of random showers around, and nothing ominous about these at all, and these will fade away pretty quickly as we go through the next hour or so, leaving us with clearing skies overnight tonight. Cold front is on the way, and you can really find that cold front when you look at the dew points. It wasn't exactly, a Florida-like day in terms of the humidity today, but it was a muggy-ish day. Dew points in the upper 50s, lower 60s in far eastern Ohio and western parts of Pennsylvania, but at cold fronts knocking back the dew points into the 40s out towards Indianapolis and Dayton and Toledo and Detroit, and well, that's going to happen here as we go into the overnight tonight. So I mentioned that kind of interesting setup today. I was watching this all weekend, this setup for today. We had some things going for us and some things going against us in terms of storm possibilities, even severe weather possibilities today. A lot of wind shear aloft. And that raised the possibility that we might have some trouble with isolated tornadoes today. What we didn't have today was a tremendous amount of instability. We had all those showers around morning and midday, and that helped to stabilize the atmosphere some. And so, we had kind of competing things going today, and even though the significant tornado parameter, you see some smallish numbers here, there were times today that the STP, or significant tornado parameter, was up to a couple of units. Anytime we talk about the STP values being 1 or 2 units, something like that, that's pretty high for our part of the country. Now, we see STP values all the time in Oklahoma, in Arkansas, and Alabama, and Mississippi, and places like that. We see 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 units even, the STP values there in places that are much more tornado prone than around our area. But boy, do we have a nice midweek forecast coming our way. Sunshine in abundance for our Tuesday. We'll start out on a cooler note tomorrow morning with the temperatures in the 40s, but a very seasonable, very typical April the 22nd coming our way Tuesday afternoon with highs getting into the mid-60s, and the hits will keep on coming for a couple of days after that Wednesday and into Thursday. No weather systems getting set to impact our area for midweek, so just a few fair weather clouds from time to time. We'll be high and dry through the daylight hours on Thursday. That'll change, though, as we head into the day on Friday. The atmosphere will start to moisten up, and when we look at the total atmospheric moisture from the ground on up, it stays pretty low into Thursday. Then notice the moisture content of the atmosphere really starts to come up on Friday. This is an area of low pressure. It's kind of an I-70 special. This is going to come across I-70 and spread a pretty good chance of showers and perhaps some thunderstorms our way Friday and into Friday night. In fact, into Saturday morning, pretty good chance for some wet weather, as this low will not be a fast mover. But it probably will get off the playing field in time to give us a decent second half of the day Saturday, and I think Sunday will be a fine day for the final Sunday in the month of April, believe it or not. Tomorrow, believe it or not, is Earth Day. It's always good to be good stewards of the earth, whether it be from recycling or whatever else you do to be a good steward of our planet. And our weather locally will be a real winner. I think there'll be a few fair weather clouds around on Tuesday, but we have no rain chances in our forecast until what I just mentioned, Friday into Friday night into Saturday morning. And while temperatures will bob and weave a little bit over the next week, generally this is not going to be an abnormally chilly pattern we're heading into until perhaps the second week of May. A couple of days over the weekend in which it will be cooler. In fact, Saturday temperatures might fall. That 60 on Saturday might be a morning or midday high. We could see temperatures tailing back through the 50s on Saturday. Kind of a chilly start to the weekend. But we bounce up into the mid-60s on Sunday, and beyond that, another warming trend heading our way. So those middle 70s that we'll see this week, they'll probably make a comeback as we head into next week. And I've been checking out the longer range trends, of course, as I often do of late. I didn't show you it graphically on this video, but there continue to be some model indications that there will be a cool risk for a while in May, probably the second week of the month. Does that mean it comes with some sort of frost freeze concern? Well, it's too early to say. I kind of doubt it, but we'll focus more on those details, of course, as we get into the month of May. I kind of suspect we are done with hard freezes for the season. I opined on that subject a few times last week. Could we see a light freeze or a light frost from here on out? I think that's possible, maybe especially during that second week of May. But it seems unlikely to me that we'll see any lows around 25 or 26 anytime real soon. People get fidgety to, start planting, get gardens going at this time of the year, and I would hold off just a little bit while, we're not going to head into a cool pattern anytime real soon. Today's only April 21st, and our 30-year average date of our last freeze is like May the 6th. So maybe just wait a little bit longer to get that garden planted. Maybe you can hang out some hanging baskets and that sort of thing right now, because I don't see any trouble on that front anytime real soon. Maybe, again, as we head into that second week of May. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks on this Monday evening. Make it a great rest of your night, and I'll see you back here on Tuesday.